It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's currently third in the NFL in passing yards. This should be a good one to watch. And it's all up next.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Spot in front of a misting fan or an air condition is the best way to take in this one. Hi, folks. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Greg, you played plenty of football down in the South. It's one of those hot days that is just about survival for the players.
It really is. And I can tell you, it's so funny, Mike. You would go through all of offseason, all of training camp in these same hot conditions. But for some reason, on game day, when it's this hot, it just feels different. You're uncomfortable. You're worried about cramping. You're trying to overhydrate on the sidelines. You're sitting in front of those misters.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
Last week, when you go back and watch and study this tape, Mike, the problem is at the quarterback position, you need to be a difference maker. Last week, they were trying to overcome his poor performance, and you're just not going to be able to do that week in and week out at this level. Your quarterback has to be a driving force. He has to be a productive player within your system, and when you turn the ball over the way he did last week and not really lead to any points or any real sustained success on offense, that is a hard combination if you expect to win. So they're going to need more production, they're going to need more touchdowns, and they're going to need less turnovers. It's asking a lot. It's a big change from last week, but without it, I don't know if they can expect the results to ever change.
Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the third play. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
When you take a quick look at the box score, you'd think, okay, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They clearly won the game, but it wasn't the case. And what that tells me is they're just not getting enough contribution from the entire team. He had a really nice day. Some things that he still needs to clean up, but can they get better balance on the offensive side of the ball? And then, frankly, they need to make more plays on defense and get more contribution out of the special teams. This can't just be a team that puts all the pressure on the quarterback position and says, hey, go out every week and just win us the game by yourself.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. This is caught at the 2, and he's in. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Extra point try forthcoming. It's up and through. And the visitors will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get going with their second possession. They had that pick on the opening drive. It led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back. 1st and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
At the 35-yard line.
Slot man in motion left. Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. They'll send a tight end in motion right. From the gun, here's a handoff, and he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Strong running there. Pushing his way forward to gain a couple. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll run here with the rookie. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They'll throw out of the gun. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Putting the tight end in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw taken in. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's third down and a few inches. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And that is going to be good enough. He's got that first down. So conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down. On play action, he'll set up to... That's over the middle and intercepted. And this defense will take over following the turnover.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. One quarter in the books. 7-3 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Here's 2nd and 9. Man in motion, heading left. Back to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds just past the marker. The ball was in the proper place for a new set of downs. Back to the air one more time. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now a give on the ground. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Now, faking the give.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. They'll go with a counter on first down. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line. They're going to motion the tight end over here. That is brought in. And he will go all the way. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. The kick is good. And the visitors extend their advantage to 14-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front, and they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a 1st down. Following the penalty, they'll run it. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here comes 3rd and 6. One of the tight ends motions right. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw left side is complete. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and That was a good one there.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Two minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I will be right back after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
They'll look to throw again. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now, this offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll try and get there on the ground. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. His kick is good. And the visitors going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. Now the offense will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Now a 2nd timeout called by the defense, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On comes the punter now, as he'll come on to punt this one away. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we come to halftime in this 2-touchdown game. As we're off to Orlando, going to check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports. And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll motion a tight end right. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. And now here comes the punt team. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
At the 36-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
The tight end going in motion to the left. It's 1st down, and they'll run. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
He'll get this out wide. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try to get this one on the ground.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try to run. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and This is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's going to look for the home run ball.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. Now they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a first down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Back to throw. Open man there. That's complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got it at the 7. And he'll be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
He is in.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He knocks it through, and the visitors extend to a 24-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So now this team's offense about ready to take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll stick with him again. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Right back to him on first down. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 2. Now this time they'll look to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
10 at the 36-yard line.
He'll look to throw. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
Now 2nd and 10.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They send the tight end in motion. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That is caught at the 3. And he's into the end zone. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Now the try for an extra point. His kick is good, and his guys are able to cut into the deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go. Able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not a second. He'll be taken down for no gain right at the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. This team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
He keeps it himself. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
He'll drop to throw. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. A pickup of 15 in the air. That's enough for a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
Receiver in motion, headed left. They'll look to throw again. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Here's a 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 30-yard line.
Now a handoff running right. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Handoff here, up the middle.
The running back is in the ball carrier. Brought down at the 23-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Putting the tight end in motion. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown, and instead the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now a give up the middle. Still keeping the legs moving. Somehow managing to turn that into a gain. tight end, the motion man to the right. On second down, they run the counter. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. A handoff as they try to run it here. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. On third down, they'll try to get it on the ground. It's a pickup of 12. And that will be a first down.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
So it's a win for our visitors. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.